Hey, what's going on, fight fans? Thank you for checking out the Natural Grappler channel. All right, so first and foremost, Joseph Benavidez, what a great fighter. I don't think this is the end for him. I do still see a pathway for him to get a title shot. He just simply has to run the table, beat probably like the top 6 guys, and just looking at who they are, I definitely think it's possible. He's already beat a couple of them. So if he does it again, I don't think that there could be any better story than a guy who was counted out not twice, but 3 times, finds a way to claw back and gets that shot. So if he does not decide to hang up his career, I definitely would like to see that story come to fruition. That would be a blockbuster story. And we ain't talking about making, fairy tale storylines and getting a title shot and getting a belt. It's just about determination and sheer will. I think that Joseph Benavidez could do that because, again, looking at the top 6, I believe that he could defeat all those guys. Some crazy stuff might happen. Henry Cejudo might try to come out of retirement and fight Deiveson Figueiredo. He probably should, because if there's anybody who could do what Henry Cejudo did with going from 25 to 33 or 35 and then going to featherweight, it might be Deiveson Figueiredo. His skill set is well-rounded. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is nasty. He's aggressive. He's mean. He has good boxing. And so let's talk about this fight with Joseph Benavidez and Deiveson Figueiredo. The story in this fight for me, Joseph Benavidez pretty much just got countered a lot. Anytime he went in for a light calf kick or leg kick, he got countered. And that's when he would get knocked down. The first knockdown happened within the first 55 seconds. He went for a low leg kick, a calf kick, if you want to call it that. And Deiveson Figueiredo was standing in a southpaw stance. As soon as that kick came in, he hit Joseph Benavidez with a right hook, and it skimmed like the dome and just kind of slid to the top of the dome. It was crazy. And it was like it all happened like in slow motion. Like you saw it hit him, and it just took a second. Like he just kind of fell and sat down. So when that happened, it was like a mauling after that. It was an aggressive attack from Deiveson Figueiredo. It was crazy because when he got on top of Benavidez, he got the tie clinch from guard, and while he's in the tie clinch, he's just weaving his elbows. He's trying to get his inside control, and he just started laying elbows down on my man Benavidez, and it was violent. It was crazy. So there was like 3 knockdowns in this fight, and they all kind of came off of counters, right? Like I say, the first one happened like 55 seconds, and I didn't time the other 2, but it didn't matter if Benavidez went to southpaw or orthodox, or Figueiredo was in the opposite stance of Benavidez. Like, he just got countered a lot. Anytime he threw a kick, left leg counter, right leg counter. Off those kicks, that's where it happened. And then there were some times where Figueiredo would just like land these power right hand punches to Benavidez too, it was shocking. Benavidez, he held his own though. He got in there and mixed it up and threw these 4-shot combinations, and he would land some of them, but you could just tell like there's a drastic difference of the power and the impact that Deiveson's punches were having versus the punches that Benavidez was throwing. What do they call that phrase? Volume versus power. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. And it's crazy because I wrote a blog about Figueiredo, I think it was like in 2017. It's still up on naturalgrappler.com. I knew this guy was coming. Like, I knew he was the real deal. Like, I saw him fight, and I was like, yo, this guy is a beast. This guy's an animal. So I have a blog. I think the title of it is "Who is Deiveson Figueiredo?" And it's kind of like, it's funny that they're at Fight Island, because the picture I used was like on his passport, and it had his name and his credentials. So it's pretty cool, actually. But anyway, so yeah, this fight was crazy. Every time he got taken down, not only was he getting that tie clinch, but he was like choking Benavidez out, and he would there's 4 rear naked choke attempts. The first 2, I was like, golly, Benavidez is showing a lot of heart, because if you try to choke me out after 2 attempts, like back to back, that second one, I'm thinking like, yo, my goodness, Like, we are in for a ride, and you got to get together, which Benavidez did. He did a good job. After the second choke attempt, like, he found a way to get his neck free a little bit, and he pushed Deiveson against the cage and was like, let me work these hands, let me get my man off me. And when he did that, you could see him like, okay, trying to recompose himself, trying to get back into the fight. But when they were standing back on the feet, like, you know, there was just a drastic difference. So when Deiveson knocked him down for like the third time, and he went for that last rear naked choke, it was all that she wrote, man. It was all that she wrote. He had the back arched, and, you know, Benavidez went out on his sword. He did not tap. He just went out on his sword, like, you know, never quit, never surrender. And, you know, that's commendable. Seriously, you know, not fighting for a belt like it's like WWE, but fighting for, you know, just respect, honor, and just being a true martial artist. So that was crazy to see. Tops. My hat goes off to both of these fighters. I like Deiveson Figueiredo because he's like a true villain. Like, the whole time I'm watching this fight, I'm thinking it's like 007 versus Jaws. Benavidez was all calm, cool, and collected. And Deiveson Figueiredo, like, he's got the crazy hair with like the red line through it, and he's snarking at the camera. He's a showman. He's a showman. He's like the second best showman to Conor McGregor, you know. So, but again, you know, I'm looking at these rankings, and for my guy Benavidez, you know, from the WEC days, the 2004, 2005, 2003 era, maybe not just 2004 maybe, but yeah, I'm looking at the top rankings. Like, who's next for Deiveson Figueiredo? It's possibly going to be Joseph Benavidez, because Deiveson Figueiredo, he's 19-1 now. The only loss he has came from Joseph Benavidez. But we did see Askar Askarov get a victory tonight. We did see him go against Alexandre Pantoja. I think that's how you say his name. Brandon Royval, I think he had a pretty good fight recently. And Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott's ranked 13, so he might have a minute to get to the championship fight. But these are the guys who I think are really going to challenge Deiveson Figueiredo. Joseph Benavidez, of course, beat him in a decision win. And I think it was a unanimous decision win, not a split. And I don't know if he made weight that fight either, but we'll see. But yeah, you know, the flyweight class is on fire right now. Deiveson Figueiredo, he could potentially challenge in bantamweight too. He would give them a run for their money. So that's it, man. I'm not gonna hold you guys. Just let me know who you guys think he's gonna fight next. Do you think he should, you know, call out Henry Cejudo? You know, he's the champion, so he's got to be the main event on a card. Like, who's going to be the guy to really apply that pressure and you know, make him work for it, make him work for this? I'd like to know who you guys have in mind. Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I definitely would appreciate that if you guys would subscribe. Blessings. Natural Grappler, I'm out.